This is probably one of the most important and interesting studies that have been published within the past few years when it comes to the importance of sleep in both fat loss and muscle retention. In essence, the study took two groups of men for 14 days and had them get either 8.5 hours of sleep or 5.5 hours of sleep. Importantly, these men were in a caloric deficit, and after the 14-day period, the research actually took body composition metrics to look at how much of the weight that they lost came from fat mass compared to lean mass, which is mostly muscle. Contrary to popular belief, the two groups lost the exact same amount of weight, despite one group getting 8.5 hours and the others getting 5.5. They all lost approximately 3 kilograms, or 6.6 pounds. But that's not the important part. The important part is the percentage that came from fat versus lean mass. In the group that only got 5.5 hours of sleep, they lost approximately 0.6 grams of fat and 2.4 kilograms of fat-free or lean mass. Whereas the group that got 8.5 hours only lost 1.5 kilograms of fat-free mass and lost on average 1.4 pounds of fat. And if you adjust for water loss, the graph is quite striking, in which the group that got 8.5 hours of sleep lost almost entirely fat mass, but the group that got 5.5 hours of sleep lost more lean mass than fat mass. And at the end of the day, the number on the scale may have actually been the same, but their body composition, strength, and muscle mass was very positively affected by getting more sleep compared to less sleep. And we're not talking about extreme sleep like 3 or 4 hours. We're talking about even as much sleep as 5.5 hours is still deleterious when it comes to the proportion of weight lost from fat compared to lean mass. And if you'd like to learn how to take control of your health and energy, send me a DM to sign up for coaching.